And they're off. The European Road to the Kentucky Derby is underway, and it is on the inside, Blown Away, who claims the early lead. Cuban Tiger broke alertly, but is reined back, and that allows Solomon to move right through on the inside rail and now claim the lead. It's Solomon who goes on to Blown Away racing in second. Arctic Thunder is in third. Cuban Tiger is taken back and switched off at the back of the field is the drifting favourite, Notable Speech, as they head midway down the Kempton back stretch. The leader is Solomon. He's out in front by a steady length to Blown Away towards the outside, racing in second. Arctic Thunder in the pocket against the rail in third. A little bit wider is Cuban Tiger in fourth, and Notable Speech is in the cheap seats at the back. They're on the turn and on towards the half mile in the seventh running of the Road to the Kentucky Derby. Derby 150 run on the 4th of May, and it is Solomon who is out in front to Blown Away in second. Arctic Thunder is in third, and in fourth Cuban Tiger, and still he waits at the back of the pack on Notable Speech as the field turns for home. It is Solomon who has the lead. To the outside, Blown Away racing in second, just for a length back to Arctic Thunder in third. Cuban Tiger shaken up, and so too Notable Speech inside the final quarter of a mile, and now they tackle Solomon. To the far side, Arctic Thunder. To the near side, Blown Away. Cuban Tiger, Notable Speech had to find a seam. He's found it now, and he's coming through to try and win his race. It is Notable Speech who's come to take the lead. Over in second, Cuban Tiger. In third on the far side, Arctic Thunder. But Notable Speech is now 2 out of 2. Notable Speech wins.
The feature race has been won by Notable Speech. He's made it 2 from 2 here at Kempton. I asked you about this horse earlier, Will, after the first winner. He looked smart on debut. What's your takeaway from the second start? Yeah,
we're really happy with him, and you know, it's he came up against, you know, proven horses, and that set a decent standard, and they had the experience as well. So you know, he was the least experienced in the field, and you know, I must say, you know, he's got a great turn of foot, and it's no, he gave me a good feel, and he's certainly a horse to look forward to.
You didn't mind going through rivals, which can only aid his development, surely?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you know, he picked up so quickly that once I pointed him in there, he was the only place I could go, because he was in there so quickly. And look, it's always a good sign when the short turn of foot like that. That's what you look for.
There's every reason to look for something quite useful once the grass comes around, if not before.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his immediate plans are, but you know, you would like to think that he's definitely a horse for the main part of the season, the turf season, for sure.
Right, last thing I want to do for you is just to ask you about Mysterious Night and what looks a really hot sprint out in Saudi on Saturday.
Yeah, that's a very good race,
isn't it?
It's probably, on paper, it looks like the best renewal of that race for some while.
Just a bit, yeah.
I know the Japanese have obviously won it before with some decent horses, but it's very competitive. It's a lot of runners. You know, Mysterious Night, he's a solid horse.
He's back to his proper form again this year, isn't he?
He is, yeah, he is. And, you know, the track's going to suit him, the ground's going to suit him. He's drawn, I think, 9. So, you know, it's a track where a good draw does help. So 9 is probably not terrible, but it's not great. We'll see. He's a lovely horse, and he's got a good chance.
Well done tonight. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Will.
And they're off. First time starter Wahoo King a little slow to begin, and the other first time starter Set Encore is also at the rear of the field early. Wasn't a great start for Los Toldos. Took around about half a furlong ready to get going. William Buick just had to stoke up Los Toldos to maintain his position up against the inside rail. The early lead goes to College Choir at the end of the first quarter of a mile in the Tri-R price boost at Unibet Novice Stakes. So they still have a mile and a quarter ahead of them as they go into the turn, and College Choir has got the lead. Around the outside, Clock Watcher has now taken second. Los Toldos racing in third. On that one's outside, Succeed is in fourth position. Onconirare racing against the rail in fifth. He's alongside Monte Rosa as they go now inside the final mile and down the back straight. There's then a break of around about 2.5 lengths to Set Encore, making ground to the outside of Merry Chestnut, and the back marker Wahoo King, who's run rather greenly so far. So they head down the back straight on towards the final 7 furlongs. And the filly, College Choir, Tom Marquand have a lead of a length over Clock Watcher and Joe Fanning racing in second. A length and a half away to William Buick and Los Toldos in third. Josie Gordon Succeed on the outside in fourth. A further length and a half back to Monte Rosa racing up on the outside of the grey on Comimare. Then racing about a further length and a half away is Set Encore. Then towards the inside is Merry Chestnut. The back marker is Wahoo King as they go now into the far turn. 4.5 furlongs to go from here, and College Choir's lead is reduced to only a head as Clock Watcher gets ever closer. Around the outside, Monte Rosa now begins to make her presence felt. Towards the inside rail, Los Toldos. Then there's a break of a length and a half to On Comimare, and then a further 2 lengths to Succeed. They're making the turn in, 3 furlongs to go. College Choir ridden along on that one's outside, Clock Watcher, and wider still is Monte Rosa. In 4th position, Los Toldos being urged to pick up and struggling at the moment. So too is On Conimare as they race down now inside the final furlong and a half. And it's Monte Rosa who now has taken the lead for Kieran Schumacher, battling on the inside College Choir. Between them is Clock Watcher, and now finally Los Toldos is picking up down the wide outside. There's another half furlong to go. Clock Watcher has the lead. Los Toldos, however, is going to gallop his way to the front to win. Los Toldos made hard work of it, but he wins in the end.
Los Toldos has won in the hands of William Buick to make it second time lucky. Now, I don't know what your thoughts were throughout after a little bit of a slow start, switching him, and eventually he got there. Was it a case of him still learning what he's doing?
He very much so, yeah, and you know, he jumped slow, so I wanted to, there's a couple of horses I wanted to get in front of, but at the same time, you know, it's a mile and a half, so it's a long distance, so I had to sort of try and save something somewhere, and he was in a lovely, he's a lovely staying type of horse, you know, and he's still learning on the job. I always felt he was doing enough, he just needed a bit of encouraging, and you know, it's a big horse.
Yes.
I think he's the kind of horse that could get further as well, and he's for me, he's not the finished article just yet.